These additional 2 computer business classrooms that are listed are building accessible computer labs for other classes. So there'll be a 1,000-square-foot lab that's open and available to other students, other teachers to sign into. And in the Washington building, one of the larger areas, a 967-square-foot classroom that will be turned into one of the computer classrooms. A marketing classroom, which is primarily a textbook, non-computer-based classroom. There will still be computers accessible in that room, but not set up in a lab setting at 900 square feet, and then workroom and storage space, because we know they do a lot in terms of maintaining the computers and the printers for their department and other departments. Questions? Yes.
What's the direction that the district is going related to technology and accessibility by student? Meaning, you know, there have been some long debates about how much technology is available in the classroom versus how much technology is separated from the classroom and available in a lab kind of setting. And with that also, has there been any thought to adding any flexibility as it relates to laptops and/or Wi-Fi, so that we've got the most flexibility in the building?
Actually, we've talked about all of those things. And you'll see that there are more computer labs when we get to other areas. We've already mentioned one in the media center. These 2, you'll see another one a little bit later on. We have also talked about you can purchase now classroom sets of laptops that come on a cart that are portable and can go from classroom to classroom. There'll also be traditional computers in classrooms throughout the building. So there's going to be a mix of all of those right now. We're projecting for a few years into the future when the building opens and shortly thereafter. It's hard to say what we'll be doing in technology 15 years from now, 20 years from now, but we are providing, for when the building is being utilized, a variety of different technology accessibility options, from the traditional lab to a portable lab to classroom computers throughout the building. So there is going to be a variety of ways students will be able to access technology.
Okay, thank you.
And just to add on to that, building is going to be a wireless as well as hardwired. So throughout the building you can use whatever you want to use in terms of technology.
Okay. Any other questions? Looking at the family consumer science area, in this program, the top line of life skills labs, these are your labs where you have sewing and cooking classes, the craft classes that you have. There are 3 1,200-square-foot labs for the building and 2 storage areas of 350 square feet each. There's also a laundry space associated with these classrooms. In addition, there's a child development classroom, which is not equipped fully for the sewing and the cooking. Those are different types of activities in child development. It is a 1,200-square-foot classroom. Again, this is a classroom where it will be able to be partitioned, so if you have smaller groups of students in classes, you can partition that classroom off and meet with a smaller discussion group while a group is meeting on the other side. So this classroom will provide some nice flexible space for the consumer science department. Questions? Okay, physical education. This is another one of the longer ones. In the physical education area, we have 1 gymnasium programmed, which is a 16,000-square-foot gymnasium. The building will also house an auxiliary gym of 7,000 square feet. When we look at the locker room space for the building, you'll notice that there are 5 locker rooms noted and 3 student restroom shower rooms. One of these locker rooms serves as your varsity locker room, and then you'll have 2 male student locker rooms, 2 female student locker rooms. One of the 3 shower rooms associated goes to the varsity locker room. The other 2 will be shared between the 2 male and the 2 female locker rooms. One of the things then that you can do when you have an athletic event in your building, so if it's basketball season and your visiting team uses the men's locker room, the second half of that locker room can be partitioned off. So it can be just the one area with access to the restroom and shower room. Physical education storage, you have one 900 square foot storage room associated with your large gym. You have a 400 square foot storage space for your auxiliary gym. Your PE and athletic offices, there are 6 offices in the PE athletic area for your teachers and those who coach. Those will also serve double duty during the athletic seasons for officials changing areas. Each one of those has a staff shower associated with it. Your athletic director, you see 2 lines here for that. Your athletic director has 150 square foot office space in that area. The additional line is for his secretary. And that is also where your student tickets are sold during the week. Different functions like that occur out of this area. Lobby services, your ticket booth, your concession stand for the gymnasium area, 300 square feet. You have a training room of 500 square feet that is in that area. One physical health classroom, which is 900 square feet, same size as your other regular classrooms. And then you also have a multi-use phys ed room of 2,000 square feet. This can serve any number of purposes depending upon how the district chooses to use that room. Can become a weight room, can become an aerobics room, wrestling. Multiple things can be done within that 2,000 square foot room.
I do have a question. Back to what I would refer to as the varsity locker room.
Yes.
You spoke that we have 5 locker rooms there, 1 to be the varsity, the other 2 male, 2 female for student use or visiting team use. But we have many varsity sports concurrent. So is that one varsity locker room going to be subdivided to male and female? Or do we need to look at this point in time in our structure to provide additional space there so that the female sports are not the stepchild anymore and they have equal access to a varsity locker room so they're not forced to use one of the other secondary rooms?
That would be a discussion that we would have to look at what space would be available. We're confined to a certain amount of square footage for the building. So that would be something that we would have to sit down and talk about.
I mean, for example, you have girls basketball and boys basketball in a concurrent season. It's not a problem right now with volleyball because the men's sport at that time is football and is out of the building. But I foresee a problem. You've got basketball, you've got, go ahead, please address it.
Currently, volleyball, I was going to say Russo. Johnson's office is located on the lower level on the left side of the gym. They use that locker room, which is also used during the day for students. The right side is the boys' locker room, basketball, wrestling, whatever's going on at that time, or the event in the gym. They too use the lockers that are available to all students during the day, even though they are assigned to them. They do have a team meeting space, both do. That's something that we can look at with those multi-purpose rooms. The meeting space doesn't necessarily have to be right where the lockers are. So yes, that is something we could look at again. When we originally discussed it, I don't know that we were calling a locker room a varsity locker room more than a male-female locker room. So that would be provided for as it is right now.
Thank you.
Any other PE questions? Okay, let's look at student dining. This is another one of the areas that we program where part of the area is